And away we go.
Right. So, happy Valentine's Day, I guess.
Yes, as of this recording, it's that time of the year. But most
Yeah.
people call it a corporate scam because, well, you could do this any day.
Honestly, yeah, it's like it kind of. If you think about it, it really is a corporate scam because you can legitimately do this every other day, any other day of the week. Why do you choose one day out of the year to really, really do something for your spouse? It is kind of
Exactly.
it is kind of a corporate scam, but people celebrate it, and yeah, I'm not. I don't have anybody to give anything to, but yeah, pretty much. If I had a spouse, I would at least try to make every day good, and not have to rely on one specific day. Just show her my better side. It's just kind of a bit lazy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but hey, it's that time of year, and yeah, I don't make a big deal about it because I don't know. It's like I said in a previous podcast. I have not after high school. I just stopped making a big deal about it because I don't know. It's like when you're young, of course you're gonna be. When you're like in high school, of course you're gonna be sad if you don't have a Valentine. Valentine, yeah. But it's like as you get older, it's just like there's just more important things to worry about other than just wondering who you're gonna give flowers or chocolates to for Valentine's Day. Now, one thing if you're married or if you're in a committed relationship, then sure, then yeah, you have to worry about that. But ultimately speaking, it just doesn't really matter anymore. I mean, I would probably try my best if I was dating anybody to give her the best, but that's really all you can do. And because I'll be honest, I don't think I'm necessarily gonna even celebrate Valentine's Day. I'm just gonna show her the best. I'm gonna try to show her the best in the relationship and try not to get lazy. But that's really all I can do. And if I do get lazy, I would have to show her the best on Valentine's Day, just because, like, if I'm not doing my best, if I'm just doing if I'm just having it every single day, I would have to show her the best on this one day.
Yeah,
If you know what I mean.
yeah, I do.
All right. But what does the news say?
Woman wins £16,000 after Zara staff opened curtain while she was trying on clothes in changing room.
Wait.
Yes,
One more thing about Valentine's Day. I think on the news it said that New York was not the best place for to find love.
I can see why.
Yeah, they're absolutely right. But yeah, yeah, I can see why too. They're absolutely right about that. New York is not necessarily the best place to find your love or to find the one, because it's not a city of romance. It's a city of fast-paced work and one night stands, one night stands, and all that. But can you please repeat what you said?
Woman wins £16,000 after Zara staff opened curtain while she was trying on clothes in changing room.
Wait, Did they do it by accident or was it on purpose?
We'll have to look into one of the articles about this.
Huh.
In summary, an Irish influencer took action against Zara for defamation.
I mean, hey, if it was on purpose, then yeah, like the person deserves to be taken to court. But obviously, if there was no ill intent to it, which right now I can't see how there was no perverted intent. I can't see it right now. But if there wasn't any, then and it was just a clear misunderstanding, then hey, it is what it is, man. But
And it was what it was.
exactly because in this day and age, women can just easily lie automatically. Just you could get a case about anything. It's like you can get in trouble about anything, so you have to be very careful. So you have to be very careful in what you do. And when a woman is in the room or like in a store, because well, yeah, you could be looking at facing a lawsuit. But hey, I mean, I really don't know who's right and who's wrong. The point is, she took legal action and she got. Did she win? She got the money, right? Apparently, I guess. 'Cause
Well, I'm not sure how you're gonna think of this. I'll read some parts of it and see and figure out for yourself.
Okay.
So, Irish traveler and TikToker Crystal Joyce, 20, was only partly dressed when a security guard only opened up the cubicle at Ireland's largest Zara store in Dublin. Crystal says she was then interrogated by the staff member who implied she was a criminal while other shoppers watched. The female security guard stopped Crystal from leaving as she repeatedly said, I'm calling the guards. In Ireland, guards is what you call the police.
Oh, gotcha. Wait, so a
She was
female?
eventually permitted to go onto the shop floor, but security and shop staff continued to interrogate her.
Okay, so there was a secure. Okay, so the shop staff was a female, right? Who was interrogating this one girl? Who was interrogating this traveler because they thought that she was a criminal.
Yes,
Okay, I thought it was a guy. I thought it was a guy for a minute. Okay. Um, and so they called the guards, which are the police, and they just decided to like just kind of interrogate her, and it's because of that, and it's because of that depth, and it's because of like that slander that that woman decided to sue them.
yes,
Okay, it is a bit confusing on who's in the right and who's in the wrong. 'Cause if the woman was
it is.
partially, if the woman was partially dressed, how would she be stealing stuff? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I really wouldn't get it. I mean, unless she just hid something in her shoe, then that's understandable. But I fail to see how she was stealing anything. I don't know. I guess they were just suspicious of her.
Yes, you could never be too cautious at times like this.
I mean, was she hiding something in her bra? Like, was she hiding something in her pants? Like, I really don't get it. It's like I don't get it. But I'd say like obviously if those guards and those shop staff was in the wrong, then yeah, like legal action should be taken. I mean, because or they just I mean because like they were clearly in the wrong and they assumed without any like real evidence that she was a criminal, that she did anything that was incriminating.
Well, there's not much being said about her previous records.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess I mean, the lady was a foreigner, right? She was traveling. Okay, so, I mean, it might just be a bias towards foreigners. Who knows? I mean, like, yeah, so, and then, yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, you definitely have a case in court for that. I mean, because
Yeah.
if the lady was just there to shop, then that's one thing. If she was stealing stuff, then that's another thing. But I mean, like, yeah, like if the lady was not disturbing anybody, if she was not like disturbing the peace in that way, shape, or form, then I see nothing wrong. And they do deserve to get legal. They do deserve to get a case on them because, well, yeah, they pretty much like they were bearing false witness against that woman and they just accused her of doing something that she wasn't doing. But is there anything else in the news?
Rwanda-backed rebels claim to have seized a second airport in East Congo.
Hmm. Is there anything more on that?
M23 rebels claim they have seized Kavumu Airport, located in South Kivu province, which serves Bukavu, the region's second largest city. The rebels are advancing and are now just 30 kilometers from Bukavu, as reported by the M23 rebel group. Local sources informed the Associated Press news agency that rebel forces are a few miles away from the airport.
I'm fine. I'm kind of having a hard time trying to get the point of that story. I'm gonna be honest with you. So they just make another airport? I'm confused.
Well, there's already an airport to begin with, like before the conflict started. This news story just said that an existing airport has been seized by a rebel group.
Ah, got you. Okay. Okay, they've been seized by a rebel group. Is there like a reason that they've been seized by that rebel group, or
Well, I don't know much into what was going on in Rwanda, but all I know for sure, from previous experiences and history, there is tons of conflicts over the years happening in Africa, and there's always going to be some authoritarian regime in those African countries, and there are going to be people in those countries that had enough of it, and they're going to stand up against that authoritarian regime, and somewhere along the way, lives will be lost.
that's true. That is absolutely That is absolutely true. And lives are bound to be lost. I can who agrees with it and who doesn't. It's unfortunate, but ultimately it is what it is. I mean, all we can really do is hope for the best. All we can do is pray for the best. What we can honestly do is just assume that they have it all under control because it's not our country. It's not beyond our own control. It's not really beyond. It's not really like our full control to determine whether or not something is right or wrong. Uh, all we can really do is show our support for the right side for the right side, and to determine who's right. And, that's pretty much all we can do because it's not our country, so therefore we don't really have any influence on what to do, on what we should do. But even if we were in those countries, we still wouldn't. Yeah, but I just wish for the best for them. In other news, JD Vance attacks Europe over migration and free speech. United States Vice President JD Vance launched a blistering attack on the European government on Friday, chastening them for ignoring the will of their people, overturning elections, ignoring religious freedom, and not acting to hail illegal migration. It was a U.S. style MAGA red meat speech that eschewed detailed discussion of defense and security, the topic of Munich security conference security conference. Vance instead hit on some recent hot button cultural issues, from abortion laws in Britain to the recent election in Romania. Interesting.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
There's something happened in Munich because of something that happened in Romania?
I
That's
guess
what I've
so.
heard?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's like it says like Vance instead hit on some recent hot button cultural issues, from abortion laws in Britain to the recent election in Romania. I guess he was like hitting I guess he was attacking hitting on cultural issues in Britain. Sorry, abortion laws in Britain, or cultural issues that are abortion laws, and to the recent election that was held in Romania. Pretty much. I guess he was kind of talking about those and attacking those. I guess so. I'm not really 100% sure, but yeah, that seems like it's the case. The threat
It,
that I actually no, that's probably yeah, that's pretty. Actually, no, I'll read it. I'll read this one. The threat that I worry the most about uh, in Europe is not visa. This Europe is not Russia. It's not China. It's not any other external actor. So weird choice of words, but alright. And what I worry about is the threat from within. The Vice President said, transatlantic White House of former President Joe Biden. Interesting.
yeah, it is.
Yeah. Is there anything else in the news?
Indeed, there is. And to release emergency rice reserves as price soars.
I'm sorry, rice reserves?
Yes, Japan to release emergency rice reserves as price soar.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not surprised. Rice reserves?
Yeah, like, how much rice do they even have?
I don't know, man. I guess Japanese people really like their rice. I don't know. That's not even me being racist. They have rice reserves. Which, look, I'm not knocking them for. I'm just saying, that's not even racist if they have rice reserves.
Yeah, look, Japan is not the only country that has rice farms. You also have Vietnam as well, and
You said rice farms?
yeah, rice farms.
I,
Because
I,
how are you going to have a rice reserve if you don't have a rice farm?
I probably vaguely heard about rice farms, but I didn't necessarily know that they were.
Well, they are, because, well, you got to make rice somehow.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll look it up. Maybe I don't want to make a rice farm. Yeah, 'cause I like rice. Yellow rice, but rice.
Yes.
Anyways, yeah, it's like, wow. I mean, yeah, a lot of rice, huh? That's I guess you can have it with any meal though. That's something. That's definitely something. Rice goes with any, like especially white rice. It goes with anything. I mean,
Yeah.
so like you said like because like prices were going high. You said.
Yeah, I'm trying to access that source, but for some reason they're not letting me. I'm having connection problems accessing that news source.
Well, all we know is that they have rice reserves. Pretty much. That's pretty much all we know.
Yes, indeed they do.
Well, whatever's going on, I hope Japan is okay, and I hope they persevere. They will. They will. I mean, they don't. It's not like they have a dying. It's not like they have a dying population, right?
No, they don't have a dying population. They're
Yeah,
thriving. There's plenty of people in Japan that's reproducing every now and then at a healthy rate.
you know.
Yes, hopefully. Oh yes. Oh yes.
But yeah, anyways, I hope they can survive with the rice reserves. Which I mean, yeah, with their population, they probably could though. So let's be honest. I mean, they, I hope they're just having. I just hope they're still having kids. Because without that, they would. I'm not gonna lie. Without Japanese people in Japan, what would Japan be? Just another like country that you can visit.
Or it would just be known as the country that the United States bombed at one point.
That's true. So I mean, we can't let Japan down. I can't do it. I can't do anything about it. But the Japanese people can. But shoot, go on dates. Take out. I don't know, man. Do something. Do something. That's all you gotta do. Do something. Meet a girl. Meet a guy. Do something. That's really all you can tell them to do. Do something. But hey, who knows? Maybe by some miracle, the news that we're looking at is lying, and Japan is doing just fine.
Yeah.
Hey,
So I can so all right. I just accessed a news article now, thankfully. Okay, so it says that the government will distribute 210,000 tons of rice from its stockpile to address supply chain disruptions and stabilize prices after a year of inflation.
wow, they have that much rice.
Yeah, even I think that's a lot of rice.
That's a lot. But hey, man, as long as you can do something with it other than just eating plain rice, then look, I'm not gonna knock it. Yeah, I'm personally not gonna knock it as long as you can like do something with the rice, right? I mean, hey, I mean people know how to use rice in like many different ways, man. So it is what it is.
And it was what it was.
Exactly. So, is there anything else in the news?
YouTube TV and Paramount reach hour deal amid disputes.
Really?
Oh yes.
So okay. Well, what about the deal?
Alright, late Thursday night, YouTube TV and Paramount agreed to what's being called a, quote, short-term deal to keep the Paramount networks on the platform while negotiations over a contract dispute continue. Without the 11th-hour temporary deal, some 24 channels would have gone dark on the streaming service.
Paramount is struggling now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That is very unfortunate. I'll be honest. I liked Paramount. I thought it had a lot of potential. It still does to me, but wow, that's had to reach a temporary deal. So like some channels would not get deleted off the platform.
Yeah.
Huh? So how long will this deal last?
Well, just long enough.
Well, hey man. Well, whatever. I'll be honest, man. Wasn't Paramount like just some company at one point that was a DVD company and then they just turned into a streaming company?
That was Netflix.
Huh. And what was Paramount before?
Well, Paramount existed for many decades. It started as a picture distribution company
Yeah, yeah.
or studio.
Yeah, that's what
So, Yeah,
mentioned.
So Paramount, along with 20th Century Fox and Universal Pictures, they all started as like the big guys in Hollywood and the primetime movie industry in the United States.
So pretty much like Paramount used to be the big dog, but now it's
Now it's just a shell of its former self, and what they're known for is just a couple of movies that people may hear about every now and then, but that's about it.
pretty much Paramount is just there.
Yeah, it's mid.
It,
It's still
yeah,
great, but it has peaked at some point.
yeah, I know, yeah, clearly. It's unfortunate, but hey, I'm not necessarily gonna diss Paramount. I mean, I think Paramount is a pretty good app, and I think it has a lot of potential. It has a lot of good shows. I mean, hey, Jame, they made a great show. They did. Don't you remember that one show they made?
Oh yeah, that one show.
Yeah, I mean, like they made a great show. They made that Fairly Odd Parents spinoff.
Oh yes, the one with the live action and the animation into one.
I mean, yeah, and it was so good. It was so good that a lot of people and people who were such good, like huge fans of that show, that they had to take it off the platform entirely.
Yes, it was just too good to be true.
Yeah, I mean, like it was such a success, man. I mean, people had to take it off the platform immediately just because of how popular it is. It's like they were so scared of the fandom that the show had,
The
and
Paramount can't handle the pressure.
they couldn't handle it. So it was like, they just took it off completely. And they're like, no, 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 we shouldn't have done this. This was a mistake.
It's
Too
too
much.
much for people to handle.
It is. It definitely was. I mean, hey. I mean, they also had another great show, too. It was iCarly. And that
Oh
actually,
yes, the iCarly reboot.
you know what? I will say that actually was pretty good.
Yes, it went for like 2, 3 seasons, I think.
They left on a cliffhanger. They left on a cliffhanger. That's the
Oh,
thing.
that's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, hey. I will give them this. At least they tried.
They sure did.
They lasted for 3 seasons. I don't know why they left on a cliffhanger. I'll be honest. I feel like each season should like each season with a show should make room of it potentially being the end of the show while also insinuating that they may come back. I don't know. But that's just me because it's like with the third or fourth season of a show, you never know if it's just gonna get canceled out of nowhere. So it's like you kind of have to put it in a way where this will be the final episode of this show. You know what I mean? But not make it obvious. Like actually no. What I'm trying to say ultimately is just make it a satisfying ending. Every ending of each season must be a satisfying ending because you never really know if it will be the last. If it'll be a last. Now the first 1 or 2 seasons are excusable if they're left on a cliffhanger. But the third and fourth seasons after that, just make every ending, a satisfying ending, just in case it does get canceled. And people aren't left wondering, like, what could have been. And if they ever do come back as a movie. I don't know. Or and if you do make another season, fine, but make sure it's good. But after that, it's like, just like,
Yeah, I think that should be it.
yeah. I think like if you're gonna come back, maybe make a whole movie to kind of conclude whatever if you do leave it on a cliffhanger, the best thing to do is come back as a movie to like just conclude the story. Probably make the movie 1 to 2 hours at that. Obviously, if there's enough budget and enough money for it, then yeah. But if you're gonna come back as a full season, that's fine too. It doesn't matter. But still, you know, make make it worth the people's watch. Like shoot, I wish they made a spin. I wish they made like another Kids Next Door, Galactic Kids Next Door, and it's been years.
Yeah, I would love to see something like that.
You know?
Yeah, I've heard of the Kids Next Door. It was a great show.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was an amazing show. I heard the creator wanted to make a show called Galactic Kids Next Door, but ultimately Cartoon Network rejected that.
Oh,
So,
that's a shame.
yeah, it's unfortunate, but hey. Uh, It's unfortunate, but man, like that would have been cool though. I think that would have been cool. I think
Oh, that
that
would be that would be amazing canyon event.
yeah, I would say even if you can't make a whole show about it, I would be happy with a movie.
Me
I,
too.
honestly, I would be happy with a Galactic Kids Next Door movie where it's like I don't know, it's just showing like yeah, I would have been happy with that. But hey, man, it's just with every show, just you never really know when the end is gonna be. In fact, I think the third season of Invincible came out. I didn't watch that.
Hmm.
That should be
Okay.
good. Yeah, that should be good. But is there anything else in the news?
I've sent something in the chat a couple days ago. It was
Oh,
regarding Manchester, the city I live in.
oh yeah. Like I think I saw a little bit of the video. There's a lot of migrants in that city.
Oh yes,
That
there's lots of migrants around my city.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. It's starting to look like it's. Well, I'm not gonna say New York. I'm pretty sure there are some parts of New York that look, but it's starting to look like other parts of the United States though. I mean,
Yeah,
it's really starting to look more like the United States with with the immigrants and the tents and all of that stuff. It's a real sad thing to see. I mean, like, bro, it's like this amount of homelessness is not supposed to be happening in big cities like ours.
that's true.
Yeah, it's like, and it's unfortunate. So I would say, like, for the most part, I don't know why those people came to your city, to your country, not even having a plan in store, just going and being homeless. I don't know why immigrants come to this country. Illegal immigrants, not legal immigrants. But I don't know why illegals come to a country not having a set stone plan of what they're gonna do. Especially the ones with kids. I mean, it's one thing like if you had a plan for your kids to like go to school, learn, and just be all in all better than you. But you're really dragging your kids into homelessness just because your situation. I mean, if you're going to plan to come to a country illegally, at least have a plan. I'm not saying you should come illegally. You should come legally, but at least have a plan.
Yes.
Have something. Like, bro, just don't just come to a country with a tent to be ready and like putting your kids into poverty just because you wanted to cross the border. Have a plan. Now, if you're by yourself, still have a plan. Like, bro, get a job, do something, bring your resume. I'm pretty sure some of them actually do have a resume. They have work, find work. It's like, come on. Like you're making the actual immigrants who came here to work hard and do something. You're putting them to shame. You're making them look bad. You're making the actual hard-working immigrants look bad. I mean, hey, just have a plan. Whether it's the United States, Russia, the UK, the United Kingdom, Germany, anywhere, just have a plan. That's like me going to another country, not having a necessary plan on what I'm gonna do with my life, and then just ultimately just being homeless until I eventually, or being homeless for the rest of my life, or being homeless until I have a plan. Just, bro. But I would also say, like, for some illegal immigrants, don't. It's not that I don't feel sympathy, but don't escape to a country just to escape, like, a hitman or whatever, or something like this. If you owe some money, I feel bad. I feel bad for them still, but don't do that. Don't do that though. Just don't do that. I mean, unless you're just willing to change your identity, but you know, legally, of course. But don't do that. But it is what it is, though. It's a sad sight to see, though. I mean, a bunch of like just people like intense. It really is sad. But yeah, is there anything else in the news?
Hmm. Let's see. Oh yeah, actually, on a related topic, a couple days ago, I seen an announcement made by the UK government. They're calling this project something on wheels. I think something is filled with something like, well, what I got from the announcement from the UK government is they're trying all they can to try to get people working. So you know what? I'll give them credit for that. They're putting an effort to put a front in terms of finding jobs to work in to like local mosques and other parts where immigrants would usually settle around. But I do have a question. If it has gone to a point that a government has to go as far as providing points, job center points in local mosques and other local areas where the immigrants are, what would that say about the immigrants in question that do come to the country? It's just a question. I'm not suggesting anything.
I mean, wait, hold on. They're only helping illegal.
I never said it's illegal. I'm not saying it's illegal immigrants. I'm saying that the government is initiating a plan to put booths for job opportunities. It doesn't matter what jobs it is. If you go to like a local job center to find what jobs is available that you could work for, the government is trying to setting up booths, like portable on-wheel booths around many parts of the area, many local areas, like
Got
mosques, marketplaces, even in parks perhaps. Not too sure, but I'm pretty sure that I think they have said that there were points nearby mosques.
got you. Okay, so pretty much they're trying to set up like equal job opportunities for everyone who doesn't have a job.
Exactly. Regardless of your background, your identity, and whether or not you've lived here a decent amount of time. There's always someone going to give you a job for you to work in so you can make a salary and you can provide food on the table and just contribute to the national economy.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll give them that too. I mean, at least they're trying to get people to work. I mean, yeah, I mean, at least at least the government is trying to get people to work, you know? I mean, it is what it is, though. It is what it is, ultimately speaking. I mean, like, at least, now let's see if these people will actually work and do something and not just be lazy.
Yeah, because I think even if people think jobs are taken, there's always something for everyone for them to contribute to. And there's always going to be something for them.
Yeah, I 100% agree. There's always going to be something for someone out there. And, yeah, regardless of your background, regardless of your background, ultimately speaking, as long as you're able-bodied, you can work. And, so I don't really know where this is going to go next, but I hope, like, the people in that country, end up working and end up contributing to their society so that they can, well, make some money and just live. And they pay their bills and, obviously, and obviously all that stuff. All you can really do is hope for the best for the people of that country, because ultimately speaking, yeah, not everybody's going to necessarily, like, be able to have that opportunity to go into like an office. So like they figured, why not bring that opportunity towards them? Which is a good idea. In fact, that'd be a great idea in New York. Shoot. I mean, just bring the opportunity to people, and for people who need a job, they can, yeah, I think that'd be great. I think that'd be great for New York. And like, great for people out here who don't have jobs. Even homeless people who want to work. Yeah, I don't really see anything wrong with it. As far as like,
Neither do I.
yeah, as far as helping the people out. But man, it got that bad that they had to really go out there and bring the application to people.
Yeah. It's sad it's gotten to that point.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
at least something's been done.
That's true. At least something is being done. It's very sad that it got to that point, but what can you really do?
Yeah,
I mean,
there's so much we could do, but that's the best we can do.
exactly. That's the best you can do. But hey, glad to see something is being done. But is there anything else in the news?
Meta plans major investment into AI-powered humanoid robots.
Of course they do.
I'm not even surprised, but why now? Why are they getting into this?
Because they want to replace us.
Yes, and a distraction. I don't know why I'm going with that one.
Yeah, I don't know either. But yeah, like humanoid robots, huh?
Yep.
Man. First they're talking about robot girlfriends. Now they're talking about same thing. But still, like, still. I will say this, man. I mean, like, yeah, it's just as simple as that. They're trying to replace us in certain job fields, which is why you probably should not be getting a job field that is technology based, because sooner or later your job is going to be taken by an AI bot. I mean, shoot. I mean, even the like top podcasters soon might be AI bots as well. I mean, shoot.
But I will say this, we still have a few years left with the lives we have right now, where not everything's taken over by AI.
Yeah,
However, in the next few years, next few decades, there will be a gradual rise of AI-powered technologies, AI-powered jobs, workers, and even content.
huh. Actually, speaking of I heard that Ye's album was an AI album.
Huh. Okay. Well,
Really- I'm not really sure how true. Matter of fact, let me look it up right now. Okay, Bully is rumored to be heavily utilizing artificial intelligence in its production. Kanye confirms AI use in Bully album. In response to fan backlash, Kanye West reveals he is using AI in Bully, comparing it to autotunes, sparking mixed reactions from fans and critics. Okay, yeah. So pretty much he's using some form of AI in his album. Which yeah, AI is gonna be the future. Yeah, it's like sooner or later they're gonna try to replace us with like these AI bots. Yeah, which you're absolutely right. We do have a couple of years until AI completely takes over. And I was gonna say like yeah, I was gonna say Joe Rogan is the top podcaster, but soon an AI bot is gonna be the top podcaster. Or they're just gonna replace the real Joe Rogan with an AI Joe Rogan. For
yeah,
really,
Abadoodly.
what does that mean?
I don't know, it just came to my head. Abadoodly.
Okay. But anyways, yeah, it's like, it's very, I'm not even scared at this point. It's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. It really is. I'm not even scared. It's unfortunate. That's it.
It's bound to happen.
It really is. Oh man. I miss those days where you could just literally have a dream, pursue that dream, and not have to worry about AI or any sort of technology taking over and stealing your job.
And Piccadilly Gardens was actually a garden.
What?
It's just a Manchester thing. Like, when I go to city centre Manchester, when I look at Piccadilly Gardens, uh, it's not an actual garden. It's just a patch of green, couple of stores, and cement concrete walls.
That's
Like, many years ago, it used to be an actual garden. Like, there were flowers, there was trees planted. Oh, it
well,
was amazing.
that's the yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate.
It really is. It's like, bro, it's like, how are you gonna go from real flowers to like fake flowers? How is that?
No, it's just that there's no benefit to that whatsoever.
There really isn't. I mean, like, what are you doing it for? Protecting the environment? It's a flower. What is it doing to harm the environment?
If anything, it's actually beneficial to the environment because flowers are part of nature, and nature is the environment we are defending.
Exactly. So I don't know why they would do that, but hey, man, I mean, are they too lazy to grow some flowers? I guess so.
Maybe.
Or they're just tired of them dying. I'm not sure, but they clearly have their reasons. When did they start doing this exactly? Like 5 years ago?
This was in the thousands when that was changed from an actual garden to a concrete jungle.
Oh wow, that is depressing.
Yeah, it really is.
That's that. I mean, like, bro, just from an actual garden, just a concrete jungle. That is terrible.
At the turn of the millennium.
Oh man, the early 2000s was actually the best part. I mean, shoot. I mean, in the early 2000s, it's like you're technically close to the 90s kids, but you're not necessarily born in the 90s. It was kind of a cool time because it's like you kind of still grew up like almost grew up kind of like a 90s kid, but at the same time, there were some things from the 2000s that were also incorporated in the things from the 90s. I mean, when I look back at the 2000s, bro, it's like, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, our cameras were terrible. Our video quality was bad. But I prefer that. I would prefer that. I don't know, man. It's like, just thinking about like, just how things looked back then, bro. The snow looked better. The fall looked better. Like, shoot. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I have a prediction. I'm not gonna, and this is genuinely gonna make me sad. I predict that in the next couple of years, they're gonna get rid of like, the playground and just replace it with some technological playground. I don't know if that makes any.
Yes.
Yeah, who knows though? It might not happen, but I can see it in the future. I can definitely see it in the far, 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 far future it happening. I mean, shoot, they already did it in McDonald's. They did it in Burger King. They legitimately replaced the playground, the like play the like tubes in the playground part with computers, with technology for kids to play on. And I'm like, okay, this is depressing. I sent it to my sister too. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. It was from Instagram a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago, probably a month ago. Yeah, McDonald's playground. Yeah, the new McDonald's playground is a bunch of tablets. That's the playground, man. These kids today, man, they don't really know what they're missing. They really don't.
Yeah.
I mean, but at the same time, there's not really much you can do about it. The best thing you can do is raise your kids to be actual human beings and not have to rely on technology like our generation does.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just raise them to be actual human beings, and obviously they'll have. I believe that that's the leg up that at this point that's the leg up you can have on everybody else. Is that like you were raised not from technology. Technology wasn't your parent, and you actually were able to be a kid and have fun. That's the leg up in this. That's the leg up that you can have in this generation, and it's unfortunate, but it's true. Which is why I would like to get out of the city eventually. Yeah, my family, my current family right now, and for my future kids, But also, it's a bit for me too. I mean, I would prefer to live in solitude with my family. I mean, only like my close family and friends would know where I'm at. Pretty much, they would know where I'm at. I might even have a specific shed that I would put all of my technology in, and just yeah, I don't know. I mean, shoot. I mean, it seems like a good idea. It seems like a good idea, but at the same time, not really. I guess like actually, it would have to be close to my house. Actually, no, I'd have a specific room in my house that I'd put all my technological stuff in. That's actually better. That's better. But yeah, we're not gonna get back what we want, and yeah, it's a bit depressing actually. But what can you really do about it? You can only get older, not younger. So yeah, that's really all I gotta say. So is there anything else in the news?
Instagram tests a dislike button for comments on feed posts and reels.
Really?
Yes.
They finally have a dislike button, huh?
Well, not yet. At least it hasn't released yet.
Oh.
But that time will come eventually.
Oh, well, speaking of which, I finally deleted Threads.
Huzzah!
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was deleting a lot of things, and I was also, and I'm not gonna lie, I was also removing followers as well because it's like I don't know, half of them were just sitting there. It's like, and some of them were bots. So I was like, I'm just gonna remove them. Yeah, I deleted. I said, you know what? I don't even use Threads, so I'm gonna delete it. I'm gonna delete it off my phone. I'm gonna delete it from like I think it's supposed to like officially delete on the 11th of next month. But hey, I'm glad that I deleted it though, because I never used it. I mean, when it first came out, I just wanted to see what it was about because I guess it was trying to rival Twitter supposedly. But then it's like, all right. It's like, all right. It's like, who cares about Threads? No one is. People use Threads. Don't get it twisted. People use Threads, but it's not as popular as a Twitter, as Twitter or Instagram. Also, where did they get the name Threads from?
Well, it's just, I think that's what you call the kinds of post, where you write text on it and nothing else.
All right, that makes sense then. I guess that makes sense then. But I don't know. Threads was just pretty boring. At first, I was kind of excited about it, but I'm like, I don't really. I think at first they didn't have a way of you deleting your account, but since when I saw it, I was like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna delete my account because it's like whatever. It's Threads. It's like I personally didn't really care. I don't care for it anymore, so I just deleted. And that's really all she wrote. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to seeing the dislike button. I really am. I mean, oof. I can only imagine people disliking, you know, posts. I can only imagine the amount of dislikes certain people would get on them. I can imagine the amount of dislikes that I can imagine the amount of dislikes that people would get, or that that Diddy would get, that anybody who has committed a crime would get. I can imagine. But that's pretty cool, kind of. That's kind of cool. I want to see how this plays out. And who knows? Maybe Twitter will invoke on a dislike button as well. No, 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 no. They won't. You know why? Hello? Anyway, okay, I thought you weren't there. But yeah, I don't think Elon will ever add a dislike button because I don't know. I think it's just his ego. He doesn't want people to dislike him and yeah. I would say for the most part, I wonder. Do you think someday they would put in a feature that would disable likes? Because they have a feature that can disable comments. Would it make sense to make a feature that would disable likes or dislikes?
Possibly.
Honestly, I don't really see it making too much sense, but I can see them doing it. I mean, I think people would just want to post something just to post something and not get likes and not get, all this stuff. So yeah, I would say, yeah, I can see them adding a disable likes button. I think that would be, huh, that'd be interesting. I would actually like to see that happen.
Me too.
Yeah, cool. So is there anything else in the news?
Russian drone damages protective shell at Chernobyl nuclear plant.
Oh, really? Why was a Russian drone flying?
An explosion occurred overnight at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant site in Ukraine, as reported by the International Atomic Energy Agency.
Ah, so they're spying on Ukraine, huh?
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, were they? I mean, it seems like they were just spying on Ukraine.
Yeah.
Huh.
But the thing is, Chernobyl is famous for a reason. What happened at the nuclear plant, there was a massive explosion somewhere in the 80s that caused massive amounts of radiation that spread all across Europe. Even has gone far back as the Lake District, which is a couple of miles north from where I'm from.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I mean,
Now you know.
I hope no one got hurt during that explosion, though. I really do.
I don't think there would be anyone to be near Chernobyl, because why would you be in a place where there's tons of radioactivity?
I don't know. Some people are crazy like that. Some
Or
people
they're
are.
just, or maybe someone's like, let's go into Chernobyl to see what it's like many years later.
Imagine
Or
if there,
just something.
imagine if there was some YouTuber who's like, "What's up? It's your boy, and we're gonna go to this place to see what it's like." Or I don't know. What's up? It's your boy. We're gonna go and try to get some superpowers with this toxic.
A superpower.
I wonder if there's someone who's dumb enough to actually do that.
There could be, but we're just not going to know until they make national headlines.
I'm sure no one is that dumb. They
No,
can't.
they can't be that dumb.
They can't. They can be dumb.
The only people who could do that are who are most willing to take the risk for the sake of clout.
No one. Not even Logan Paul in his prime.
Nah.
Not even Jake Paul in his prime.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone would go that far.
No one is that stupid. But hey, it is what it is, though. I mean, hey, I would assume no one is in that area. I would assume no one is in that area, but if somebody is, I hope they didn't get hit with the explosion. I do. And that's all I can really say. That's really all I can really say about that. I mean, hey, but is there anything else in the news?
Yes. Let's figure out. Selena Gomez releases single, announces new album with Benny Blanco.
Still make music?
Apparently, yes.
I'll be honest. I didn't know she still made music. And isn't she dating Benny Blanco? Or something like that?
Yeah, they're currently in a relationship, yeah.
She's making an album with her boyfriend. That's so sweet. Let
It
me,
sure is.
now let me stop. I don't really care if they're dating. Good for them. Is she older than him, or are they kind of near the same age?
I haven't checked actually, because, well, that's just how much I don't care about stuff like that.
Yeah, honestly, same here. I guess for the sake of this, for the sake of this episode, let's see how old they are. Okay. I would assume Selena Gomez is like 30. Oh, she's
But
30. Okay.
you were saying
Okay. Oh yeah, I said she's 32.
Benny
Um.
Blanco's 36.
Okay, good. He's older than him. Wait, Benny Blanco's.
Yeah, 36.
I don't know why, but I thought this dude was in his 20s.
Oh, it does look like in his 20s.
I don't know why. I kind of thought he was in his 20s a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I did too. Or at least in his late 20s, because
Yeah.
he's
Hey.
not that young.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it is what it is, though. I mean, hey, like, if she's making a album with her man, she's making an album with her man, so hey, it is what it is, man. Do your
True,
thing.
yeah.
I hope that they laugh, and that's really all I can. I hope that they laugh.
Yes.
But yeah, other than that, I really don't care. I really don't care about the relationship. I don't. I mean, the two singers, songwriters who got together after years of being friends, I believe. And they finally got her after years of being her friend. You see, fellas, being in the being in the friend zone works. You just gotta wait and wait and wait and
And
wait
wait,
and wait
and wait,
and wait.
and wait, and wait, and wait. Brand
And
wait.
yeah, wait. You just gotta wait very patiently for your turn until your friend girl or girl who's a friend says, you know what, I'll give you a chance. And then that's when you prove yourself worthy. More worthy than Chad. What other name? What? Kevin, Justin. Not alone to Justin Bieber. But Justin, I really don't know if Selena Gomez is that. I was gonna like, throw a black name there too, but I don't think. No.
I don't think she rolls like that.
Yeah, no, she does. Yeah, she does. I don't think she's racist. I just don't think it's.
Yeah, we all have a type.
Yeah. I just don't think it's her preference. That's about it. It's like she doesn't seem like the type that would go out with a black dude. That's simply about it. But yeah, pretty much all he had to do was wait his turn. But yeah, no. I'm obviously joking, But I don't know how long they've been friends for. But if they've been friends for years, then yes. Benny Blanco essentially waited his turn. But I'm pretty sure he dated other women too. I'm pretty sure he dated his fair share of women too until he eventually settled with Selena Gomez. So it's not like even if he was waiting, it's not like he was just waiting for the exact moment that, like, she was in the position that she's in. But good for them though, they're a couple. But is there anything else in the news?
Well, I've seen over the last few days on Instagram that one of my mates I went to college with has made his second boxing debut.
Oh yeah,
And yeah, he's doing pretty well. Like, I don't remember what's the name of that guy, but he's pretty big in the boxing world.
he's
And he
good.
gave like a shout out to one of my mates I went to college with. This lad it's on the rise, so keep an eye out for him. And this was after his first debut match, which he won, which is pretty impressive. It's quite the rise he's going through right now.
Oh, so it's not Tommy Fury.
This is not Tommy Fury.
Okay, well, I mean that's good to hear. I mean, like, at least he won his debut. I suppose he
Yeah.
got, I suppose he got a cute, great following too, like a good amount of people following him in his career.
Well, he's got like a couple. It's got roughly 4,000 followers, but
Okay.
he's going to rise eventually.
Yeah, no, I believe. Yeah, I definitely believe it. And yeah, hey, man, what made him want to take up boxing? Has he always wanted to do that?
Yeah, I think most of his life, presumably, he wanted to get into boxing. At first, he was originally an actor, mainly because his father was also a well-known actor.
Hmm.
So acting was the first job he got into. Then boxing just came along over time, and he got very good at boxing. And I think a year or two after we left college, he he was It's developing his craft, and of course, the rest is history.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this, man. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, man. I mean, like, at least he's like, doing what he wants to do. And I wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors, and I hope he has a successful, positive career.
Me too.
Yeah, like, you know, yeah, it's like, hey, he said he's on the rise, and all you have to do is just continue to keep going. And, yeah, all you have to do is continue to keep winning, and maybe someday he'll fight Jake Paul.
I'm not sure about if that would come to that point, especially the fact that Jake Paul has since said he has wanted to retire from boxing.
Oh, really?
But who knows? Yeah, Jake Paul has said quite a while ago that he's wanting to retire from boxing.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie, he probably should. 'Cause I
Yeah,
don't
I think it comes to a point when the peak's over, you can settle because you already achieved what you want to achieve.
Yeah, that's true. And on top of that, other than Tommy Fury, I don't think he's ever gonna fight a boxer at his own age. So it's like, he should just retire from the sport and just come back to like the bigger things, like Mike Tyson. At least that's what
Yeah,
I. At least that's what I believe he should. I mean, if he's going to do the whole celebrity, come back to the big thing, the bigger thing. If you're not actually gonna take serious fight, or just people who are your age.
exactly.
But hey, it is what it is. Though, if he retires, I wonder what he's gonna do next. Will he just like ride off to the sunset? 'Cause he's made it. Jake has made his money. He doesn't need to be in the spotlight. He really doesn't. I don't know
He can just relax and do whatever he wants, at least
exactly
legally.
legally. He's made his money. So I really don't get why he's continuing to try to be in the spotlight. I mean, just I don't know. Focus on your podcast. Like, just do that. Focus on your podcast. And I don't know, man. Like, let Logan do his thing in WWE until he decides to retire. And then he'll just have the podcast to fall back on as well. Yeah, and like his other ventures too. I'm pretty sure Jake Paul has his own businesses as well too. He has everything.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, he has his businesses. He has his investments. Same with Logan. They both have the same thing to fall back on. They don't even need to be in the spotlight. I don't know. Me personally, if I made my money, I would have just fell back a bit. And if I popped up in the news, I popped up in the news. And yeah, that's pretty much my attitude on that. But
Exactly.
is there anything else in the news, or is that it?
Olympic 100-meter champ Lyles to rise to race NFL speedster Hill.
NFL Speedster hit.
Yes,
Huh. Okay, is there anything more on this story?
yes. Miami Dolphins receiver Tyreek Hills turned up the trash talk with Noah Lyles.
Interesting. I'll be honest, I don't really know how to feel about this story. What do you think?
Well, if it gets people talking, well, you did just that.
Yeah, that's true. If it gets people talking, you did just that, man. I mean, good job. I say, like, you said they're racing too?
Yeah, Olympic 100-meter champion Noah Lyles and NFL player Tyreek Hills will take place like racing each other.
Well, may the best man win.
Yes.
That's really all I gotta say. May the best man win. I don't really pay attention to racing. Obviously, it's definitely something great so I can get in good shape, but may the best man win. It's either the NFL player or the Olympic racer himself. Pretty sure you know which one is possibly going to win. Or has a leg up in this situation. So, if the guy who lives and breathes racing, if he loses, that would just be embarrassing for him.
Yes, because he won a gold. He won a medal. No, he won a gold for the Olympic 100-meter race in Paris. So he has to win
He has
against
to.
Tyreek Hills.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if he loses, it's just embarrassing. I mean, like, bro,
It
you
is,
must,
yeah.
you must just give that medal back.
Yeah.
You must just give the medal back, bro, because it's like, how did you win a medal then?
Yeah, look, how do you win a medal for 100-meter sprints only to lose someone in that sprint to someone who's not
Yeah,
particularly committed or passionate for that kind of sport?
exactly. I mean, hey, so like he better win, but yeah, in all seriousness though, he better win because it's like, man, it'll just be embarrassing for him if he lost.
Yeah.
Very embarrassing, extremely embarrassing.
humiliation. It's awful, yeah.
Or,
It will damage his reputation.
actually,
Yeah.
no.
Plus
But
training to
yeah,
better the craft and actually, yeah, at least to the point. Okay, now I can beat someone because I
yeah.
trained for all these months.
Exactly. Then ask that guy for a rematch.
Yeah,
Then ask that guy for a rematch because ultimately speaking, man, you want to redeem yourself. But that's all I gotta say about that.
indeed.
Is there anything else in the news, or is that it?
That's us.
All right? Peace.